it really fit. It's a shoe-in for me.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast of the Pacers live from Indianapolis, Indiana. Along with Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers winning their last game against the Lakers.
And you know, when everyone's working together, taking care of their roles, it just makes the game easier.
Well, they not only had the right strategy, but they were very exact in their execution. And when the coaches call in the right plays, everything just looks seamless.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Teague out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Joel Embiid. And there's Porzingis. And it's Iguodala in at the 3. Porzingis. Excellent D there from Allen.
Kristaps Porzingis, standing 7'3". He's played power forward early in his NBA career, but with that height, his future, it could be at the center position.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. That doesn't go either for Porzingis. And with Porzingis having the ACL tear, Greg, maybe losing some of his lateral quickness, perhaps accelerating his move to the 5.
I mean, part of his rehab was hitting the weights and just adding strength. I think, if anything, his offensive skill set, though, even more impactful at the 5.
That doesn't go either for Porzingis.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
Left side, Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Well, like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Hey, Brent, the season winding down and teams are looking at playoff slotting. Have you ever, though, been a part of a team that suffered a late season collapse?
I don't think the teams that I was on, Kevin, and fortunate to be on, that had expectations to go deep into the playoffs or maybe eventually participate in the finals ever had that kind of breakdown. But in Seattle in 2003, a team led by Gary Payton, I know we had an opportunity to get in, to sneak in maybe to the 8th slot. We struggled with inconsistency all year long. I don't know how big the meltdown was, but disappointing for that talented of a team to not have an opportunity to participate in the postseason.
I'm sure. Here's Murray after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Inside, and it's Davis with the jam.
Terrific flush from Anthony Davis there. When he's given room to fly like that, he's going to take off.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, terrific performance, really synced on both sides of the ball.
Well, particularly on offense, they mixed things up rather well. They scored on all 3 levels.
Only 5 games left in the season. Let's quickly take a look at how the playoff field is going to stack up out east. You look at Indiana. What a run they've had this year, in first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, there's the Cavaliers, 2 spots down.
And right now for the Pacers, you know, this happens every year. A team outperforms expectations early. You wonder, is this just an anomaly or is this something they can sustain?
Well, it could be hard for them to keep this rolling, but the initial boost of confidence for all these players could help them weather any storms on the horizon.
And it's Davis with the jam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. T kicks to Williams. Outside, Porzingis connects from 3-point range.
This is a show of confidence here. This kind of possession from Porzingis, ready to shoot off the pass.
Floats it up for Davis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And when AD takes off from the ground for alley-oops like this one, it really demoralizes the opponent.
Here's Williams. Allen with the rebound. And so Allen will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. 6-point game. They're getting their first look of the season at San Antonio in this one.
Yeah, and taking on an interconference foe, certainly not a rival. They're the better team, and they showed it, winning both matchups last season.
Shot clock at 3. For 3, Murray. The shot off that time. Good defense by Iguodala. Here's Porzingis. And down it goes just as the clock. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for Indiana. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We'll return shortly. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how the Pacers are doing, guys, what do you think?
And boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense through one.
A nice game plan coming in, and right now sticking to it. It's a nice lead that they have.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. We've got Williams. Porzingis is out there with Iguodala. Then there's Teague, and it's Embiid in at center. Indiana leading by 4.
Malcolm Brogdon, a second-round pick. He won the Rookie of the Year in 2017. And maybe we shouldn't have been surprised at all. In Virginia, he was the ACC Player of the Year and the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Solid foundation coming into the league.
San Antonio with the ball, following the score by Indiana. Back to Embiid. And Allen with the block. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Tatum leading the charge. Pass to Brogdon. Tatum trying to break free. The shot by Brogdon, no good. Spurs trail by 6. Now Iguodala. Pass to Porzingis. Spurs passing it around. Embiid, no good. Well, Brogdon, only the 4th player in NBA history, Brent, to shoot over 40% from long range in his first season in the league.
Well, he adapted pretty quickly to the step back and longer distance of the NBA three-point line. He was also smart enough to be selective with it. Had a tremendous year.
And here's Porzingis after Jamal Murray was able to get that triple. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul. Here's Porzingis.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Tatum against Iguodala. Passes it to Murray. It's Brogdon on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. 4 on the clock. The pass to Porzingis. Kicks it to T. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Here's Porzingis, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Pacers leading by 9. Murray outside. Pass to Brogdon. 1:19 left in the second quarter. Down low, trying to find Davis. He's got it now. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. And now it's an 11-point Pacer lead. Spurs have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And Brent, of course, you won a championship with the Spurs back in 2005 and 2007. Talk about the differences between those two teams.
Well, the similarities are more what I would go with, Kevin. 2005, it was a year where we leaned on Timmy a ton to beat a very physical, rough and rugged Pistons team who had won 6 Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe Manu Ginobili was the MVP of that series, by the way. And in 2007, the younger guys had grown up. We beat the Cavs 4-0, and that was LeBron James just putting on a show to get into the Eastern Conference Finals, beating that same Detroit team.
Here's Embiid following the basket by Anthony Davis. Out that one, the Indiana lead has been cut to just 9 points on the basket from Embiid.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions.
And that one drops.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And it's Williams with the ball for San Antonio. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Embiid kicks to Williams. Pass to Teague. Now Iguodala. He's covered by Murray. Iguodala against Tatum. And it's Iguodala missing.
I know it's physically impossible, but he's got to be kicking himself. He knows he's got to make those.
Deep two from Murray. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater.
Oh, good.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 16 points and 5 rebounds. When does this guy cool off? I mean, he's been stringing together multiple monster games lately. And, Shaq, what did you see out there? And that'll...
Downtown Indianapolis glowing in the distance as we welcome you back to the action here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
And through the first 2 quarters, they went to him repeatedly in the post, and boy, did he deliver.
Yeah, I like his patience down there. He's combined some good footwork with even better moves surrounding that. So we'll see if the defense can counter in the second half. Maybe some double teams.
Brogdon out there with Murray. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Allen. And it's Davis in at the 4 spot. They're the group for Nate McMillan starting the second half. There's Brogdon following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Brogdon kicks to Allen. Dishes it to Murray. Last season, Brent, the addition of 2-way contracts. Does that make developing players in the G League even more valuable than it was before?
I believe last year, Kevin, that almost 50% of the players in the league, and it might have been a smidge more, had some kind of G League experience.
It's terrific.
And that's phenomenal.
Yes.
We're almost close to the 30-for-30 affiliation in the G League. You saw a success story last year in Quinn Cook coming up and getting a contract with the Warriors. This is awesome for the league. They've also upped the minimum contract for G League players to $35,000. All of these signs and the way that teams are using the G League, extremely positive, Kevin.
Davis finds Allen, and slam dunk by Allen.
Oh, you know Davis, and he knows, is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, and that time connects with a teammate to get it done.
Now here's Teague. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Passes it to Porzingis. Fades back, and it's San Antonio with another.
Oh, in between game for Porzingis. That one's on target.
Pacers leading by 7. And here is Murray. He has 5. Allen passes to Brogdon, and he uses the glass on the layup. Brogdon's got his first basket of the night.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Murray against Teague. Right side Porzingis over Allen. Porzingis can't hit.
And they continue to control the glass.
One thing about Porzingis last year that we saw with the departure of Carmelo Anthony is, could you lean on Porzingis to shoulder the offensive load? He was phenomenal in that role last year before the injury. So out on the perimeter, above the rim, finishing off breaks, he's capable.
And Tatum's become a reliable outside shooter and has a good-looking stroke from deep.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And talking about Porzingis, what really separates him as a scorer, Brent, is his jump shot.
Well, at 7'3", we always think, man, he should be down on the post or have 2 feet in the paint working on his post-up game. That's not what he's about. He's terrific catching and shooting. He can handle the ball enough to take 1 or 2 dribbles to score at the rim. He's really good on the right side of the floor, shooting over the top at the mid-range, and he can overpower defenders. So all of the offensive skills are there.
Here is Davis, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Murray, no good.
Wow, just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Porzingis kicks to Teague. Back to Porzingis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Porzingis showing a little strength down low that time. You can't get upset at the D for being physical with him on that play.
Good on both.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Murray with it. He has 5. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. Nine seconds left to play here in the third. Murray kicks to Davis. Here's Allen, and then Allen slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little... And so it's Indiana with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be right back after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here, looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, starting the fourth quarter. They've got Embiid, Lou Williams out there with Teague, and there's Iguodala. And it's Porzingis in at the 4.
And the arc Iguodala has on his three-point shots, almost like he's drawing rain from time to time.
Davis kicks to Murray. Fires from deep. And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul. Spurs trail by 7. Iguodala outside. Knocks it loose, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Embiid finds Iguodala. Teague against Murray. Not going to go that time. Excellent D there from Allen. Pacers leading by 7. Outside Tatum. Hits the three-point bomb.
And I tell you what, Tatum is proving to be an all-around scorer of the basketball. He can do it all.
Shoots from 8, and there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Teague. Teague's got his 3rd assist on the night. Brogdon the pass to Allen. Murray against Teague. To the middle, and stolen by Williams. It's tipped. It's stolen by Allen. And Davis throws it down.
This is what you get with AD, just an incredibly unique skill set and just dominating right now pretty easily on the offensive end.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He wants to change it up defensively and get more people packed into the paint. He said, they're beating us up down low. We have to put a stop to it. Let's see if they respond, Kevin.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Teague. Out to the wing. Williams for 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Well, during his career, Lou Williams has been a decent threat from the three-point line, around 35%. Good at stretching out the court.
Murray surveying the D. Tatum with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Tatum kicks to Murray. Williams against Brogdon. On the clock, and the rejection by Embiid. And the shot goes in. 22 points for Anthony Davis. And Teague's got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. They trail by 9 points.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Tatum against Iguodala. Here's Allen. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's an 11-point Pacer lead.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses. I really like the awareness, noticing that he's got the mismatch, and then he just used his size as his advantage on the layup.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're behind by 9. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Here's Collison. So it's Indiana picking up the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.